This is another video I'm making while we're away in our caravan of how to free up space on your Android phone. To do that, you need to realise what space is actually taken up on your Android phone. First of all, there's apps that you install. Secondly, there are files that you create. And thirdly, there are files that are created by the Android system itself. The last one is one that I find that takes up the most space. To find out what's taking up the most space, I use a program called CX File Explorer. There it is there, right, CX File Explorer. It's a file manager. You can download it from the Google Play Store, and it has a nice little feature which allows you to analyze all the storage you've got on your phone. So I'm going to go into CX File Explorer, and then when I'm in there, you'll notice this bit here for Analyze. And you can analyze two things. You can analyze, that I know of anyway, your local storage, which is your main storage there, or if I go back, just with the back button here, you can analyze your SD card storage. So you'll see my SD card, I've used up 40%, only 40% of it, whereas my main storage, I've used up 81% of it. That's because on my phone I've only got 32 gigabyte of storage. Right. To find out where most of the storage is on either of those, either your main or your SD card, you go to the main or SD card first. So I'm in the main storage, so I'm in there. So I just come back from that, I went on main storage. If I go into Analyze now, it's going to go through, and it's going through and doing this task, and it's telling me my main storage is got 5.86 gigabyte free. In other words, and I've used up 80%, 81% of it. You always want to keep your phone at about 80%. I like to keep mine at 80%. Some people say 90%. But here it's telling me all of that's how that file's used up. 80 megabyte in images, 1 gigabyte in videos, archives are 8.6 megabyte, audio, documents, and other you'll notice is 6.6 gigabyte, which is the whole lot. If we go into other, you'll see that's where all my storage is taken up. All right, and you'll see this little green bar over here, which is showing you how much of the storage is taken up. So most of mine's taken up on 3 gigabytes on 3 items, 5.37 gigabytes. So if I go into there, you'll see there are some capture things that I've done, KinMaster, right, which is 489 kilobytes. So that's the largest thing. It's a JPEG image. Right. Okay. So as I said, that's your own storage. All right. The major storage is where the operating system itself uses storage. There's an area down here called large files, and typically on mine there's two files. I'll just go back again. 2.7 gigabyte and another 2.7 gigabyte, which totals 5.4 gigabyte, which is a lot of storage. And this file here is called thumbnails, and there's another one called thumbnails. And thumbnails are basically little photos, just to show you what those photos look like. I should have stayed there. If I go into images, all right, DCIM, that one little bit there is a thumbnail, right? That's a little image that quite often gets used in programs to show you a little image of what actually it is, right? That's the thumbnail, all right? The whole image is 489 kilobyte, but the thumbnail might only be a couple of kilobytes, but there tends to be thousands and thousands and thousands of them. So if I just go back here, which I'm going back, and go to my large files, I say they're all the thumbnail files. So that one and that one, I'm going to delete now. Delete. Sure to delete. OK. It's going to save up that many gigabyte of storage. So when I come back, It's still saying it's 81% used. If I go there and refresh, it should say less than 81%. Still says 81% use. I don't know why. Alright. Okay. But I find, well, and you'll notice now, thumbnails are 360 and 264. It's less than that. The other thing is cached files. Right? Cached files are storage area that's used by various programs that are installed, and it uses to cache, simply in the old days used to mean memory. Nowadays it tends to mean storage anyway. And it's showing you that my file manager is using 141 megabyte, and I don't use that file manager. I use a different one. So if I go into that file manager, I go to file manager there. Oops, go into file manager. Oops, touch it. And I want to delete the cache for that particular one. I can say delete. Are you sure and delete it? Okay. So that's a file manager that I wasn't using, taking up that much storage space. So I've freed up some more space again. Okay. Obviously, the next thing is apps. You'll notice apps is 9.2 gigabyte of my storage, and this was my largest app, Firefox. It's using 899 megabyte, almost 1 gigabyte of storage. So if I go into that one, I go into Firefox, right there, I can uninstall it, but I don't want to uninstall it because I use it, okay? But you'll notice that storage, it's saying it's 899 megabytes used in internal storage, all right? And data usage, 5.77 gigabytes of data usage in Firefox, all right? So if I went into data usage, I can then go and say, for example, total foreground, background, all right? And I can delete it here somewhere, I think. I forget where it is. All right, total, foreground, background. If I go into that, is it total? No, it doesn't go into it. No. Background data. I don't know what that is. Okay, if I go back to there and do data usage. All right, I don't know how I remove that. I've done this before. Data usage storage. Okay. Here you can clear the storage. Go into storage. I can clear the storage or clear the cache. Just one word of warning. If I clear the storage, right, it's going to clear 80 megabyte of user data. Right. If I clear the cache, it's going to remove 557 megabyte. If you do that, you may find that the application that you're using won't do some things it used to do. It might come up and say, this has been used for the first time, because it if you delete the cache, and it'll say it hasn't been used for the first, or the user data might say it hasn't been used at all, and you have to go through and set up all your settings again. So all your settings that can be done like that. But if it's an application you rarely use, why not do it? For example, rather than Firefox, I have another one here, which is, and these are in, these are in the order in which are the most. Notice Firefox is 899, WPF is 635, KineMaster is 530, etc. So if I go down to Chrome, ABCD, it's not going to find it that way. But anyway, this is showing them all in the usage order. So if I go out of that completely and go into settings there, and I go into where are we? Up the top here, apps and notifications, and go into see all the applications. And I don't use that one, as I said, Google Chrome very often, but if I go search for Chrome, all applications, no. I don't know if it's under C for Chrome or G for, C for Chrome. All right. And then I can go into storage and say user data or cache, remove them. So if I do the cache, I can say clear the cache. All right. And it should clear the cache. I thought it would come up and say clear. Yeah, it's cleared the cache. The cache is now gone. One of the problems with that will be I do use Google Chrome to come up and do things in my banking. All right. I'll have to put in all that information again, right, in my banking. Well, not my banking data as such, but, for example, the web page I go to do my banking. So Google Chrome will have lost that now because I've cleared the cache. I don't know if it's the cache or the user data. I don't know the distinction between the two. But anyway, that's basically why you can free up some storage. So if I just go back to where I was before now, right, main storage only 79%. Okay, I've freed up some data. Okay. Obviously, another way to free up data is to copy stuff from main storage to the SD card. All right. For example, I know on my main storage, right, I've got under, movies, and under KinMaster, I've got two large movies, one 204 megabyte, one 360 megabyte. So if I do that and say, touch both of those and then say move it, and then go to the SD card and go to where I've got documents, training, OPQRST, training videos I made, I paste it into there, it's going to move it from the phone storage to the SD card storage, which it's doing right now. Okay, so by doing that, it means because I've moved it, I've taken it from phone storage, put it to SD card storage, it means there's more on phone storage, which means your phone can do more things, and also your phone might be operate a little bit faster, especially if you're using more than 90%. Currently using more than 90% of your phone storage. So that's it. That's why a couple of ways to free up storage on your phone, so your phone operates a little bit better. Obviously, the phone manufacturers want you to buy a phone with more storage in the first place. Not needed. If you know how to manipulate your phone storage and how to free up space and move stuff from one place to another, which I'm doing now, you can do it that way. Well, that's it. Got any more questions? Email me.